We stand today at the threshold of a great event, both in the life of the United Nations and in the life of mankind. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights may well become the international Magna Carta of all men everywhere.
Human Rights Day is observed every year on the 10th of December, the day the United Nations General Assembly adopted in 1948 the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is the most translated document in the world, available in more than 500 languages and dialects.
After the horrors of the Second World War, people across the world were determined that those atrocities must never happen again. In 1945, the United Nations affirmed, in its foundational charter, faith in fundamental human rights, the dignity and worth of the human person, and a commitment to promote better standards of life in larger freedom.
In the years that followed, member states of the United Nations strived to develop the human rights provisions of the Charter and capture them in a single document. It took about 3 years to agree on a common vision. On the 10th of December 1948, the General Assembly of the United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and all nations.
It is the first step in a great evolutionary process. It is the first occasion on which the organized community of nations has made a declaration of human rights and fundamental freedoms. And it has the authority of the body of opinion of the United Nations as a whole. And millions of people, men and women and children all over the world, will turn for hope and guidance and inspiration to this document.
Human rights are rights we have simply because we exist as human beings. They are not granted by any state. These universal rights are inherent to us all, regardless of nationality, sex, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, language, or any other status.
Everyone is entitled to these rights without discrimination. They are inalienable, indivisible, interdependent, interrelated, universal.
The Declaration consists of a preamble and 30 articles, with Article 1 powerfully proclaiming that
all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, no discrimination.
right to life, liberty, and security.
No slavery, no torture or cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment.
Equal protection of the law.
No arbitrary arrest, detention or exile.
Fair and public hearing.
No arbitrary interference with privacy.
Right to freedom of movement.
Right to seek and enjoy asylum.
Right to a nationality.
Right to marry and to found a family.
Right to property.
Freedom of thought, conscience, and religion.
Freedom of opinion and expression.
Freedom of peaceful assembly and association.
Right to take part in a government.
Right to walk.
Right to rest and leisure.
Right to food, clothing, housing, medical care, and social services.
Right to education. Right to participate in cultural life.
Human rights are like armor. They protect you. They are like rules because they tell you how you can behave. And they are like judges because you can appeal to them. They are abstract, like emotions. And like emotions, they belong to everyone and they exist no matter what happens. They are like nature because they can be violated. And like the spirit because they cannot be destroyed. Like time, they treat us all in the same way, rich and poor, old and young, white and black, tall and short. They offer us respect, and they charge us to treat others with respect.
Where, after all, do universal human rights begin? In small places close to home, so close and so small that they cannot be seen on any maps of the world. Yet they are the world of the individual person, the neighborhood he lives in, the school or college he attends, the factory, farm, or office where he works. Such are the places where every man, woman, and child seeks equal justice, equal opportunity, equal dignity without discrimination. Unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning anywhere. Without concerted citizen action to uphold them close to home, we shall look in vain for progress in the larger world.
Human rights are for
Everyone,
everywhere,
every day,